Of the Tarikoplata. What the hell's a Tarikoplata, you may ask? Fit in nicely from the Dungannon motorcycle. It's a shoulder lock using my legs. But we want to think about it as a position, not just a submission. So we'll go over just a basic setup from the knee on belly, and then we will look at braking mechanics. Sorry, tapping mechanics. Again, made famous by a Norwegian brown belt called Tarikoplata. So if you look up any of his competition footage on YouTube, you'll see him hit this a lot. It's something I got into last year during the lockdown, and anyone that's taken privates from me knows I like going for this. But through using it this last year, I found that when they kind of stop you from getting the leg over, it opens up lots of different avenues like chokes and taking the back and stuff, because they get this panic look on their face when you're putting it on them. I think Chris and I were playing it last year as well. I haven't figured out how to get out of it, so just be careful, because you're going to end up with a really bad shoulder if you are trying to get out of it, so we don't want anybody wrecking themselves tonight. So anyway, real basic setup. From side control, my right hand's going to grab the belt, my left hand grabs the collar at the back of the neck, and I just jump into my knee on belly position, keeping my instep glued to Car's right hip and my left leg's out for base. I'm going to be nasty and start pushing my knee into Car's sternum, and he'll get this sudden reaction to try and push my knee off. The minute he does, there's that open elbow. So my right hand swims inside. I let Carl push my knee off, and then that hand that has the collar pushes down on his head, and I physically step over into the Kimura position, which would normally just be this, obviously, and then I'd be going for that. What's Carl going to do? He's going to make a grip on either his gi, his belt, or hand to hand. Doesn't really matter which, but that's my go-to move. That's the cue for the Tarikoplata. Rather than trying to break this grip or sit back into arm bars and all this stuff, we want him making a grip. Why? When he makes a grip, what's he doing? Putting tension in that arm. And from our omoplata game, we know that's a good thing, yeah? So once I get to here, I need a free hand to work the lapel. So I put weight on his elbow, and I physically let go of the wrist and feed my left hand to the collar, and I clamp my elbow back to my body. So if Carl tries to free his left arm from here, it's difficult. Okay? From there, my free right hand is going to open the lapel. Take your time, free it up from the belt. And from there, my right hand passes it to my left hand, and I make a palm down grip. That's important, because if you go palm up, it's a weaker grip. The gi can be ripped away. Also, when you try to pull your hand out from this position and it's palm down, it's very difficult. You'll probably hurt yourself trying to do it. Trust me, I know. So when I get to here, this is what I want. And I want to bring the lapel over his wrist. Now there's a little bit of play in the arm in here, so I'm pulling this elbow back to my body. And the whole goal now is I want the back of my right knee over Carl's wrist. Now, he still has made a grip on his lapel here, so Kimura's still not on, but at stages it will be on. So now the problem is, how do I get my leg over without Carl snagging me in half guard? And there's things I can do from there as well. So this free right hand will grab his knees, and I just stuff them to my right, and I lean to my left. And now I physically lift my right leg over his body, and that hand lets go of the lapel and grabs my own thigh. Now from here, I'm going to put my weight on Carl and crush him with my butt. My right hand goes on the mat, and I physically put my left foot on the mat. We end up in this position here. Now you want to be thinking about, where is Carl's wrist? It should be under the back of my right knee. We'll go into braking mechanics on the next move, but from there I have Tarikoplata. Okay, let's look at that again. So from our position, there's a lot of ways into it. This is just a simple way. So I grab the belt or the pants, I come up to knee on belly, and all I want is to be able to win the underhook on this arm. The second I win it, I let Carl physically push my knee off. That hand lets go, pushes on the head. Now I want to keep him on the side, so I replace. I bring this knee in, so I'm pinching with my knees here. Another thing I want to be thinking about is the placement. Let's turn this way, bro. See the way my shin is over Carl's arm here? That will become a battle too, because sometimes they'll know you want to throw this leg over and they're going to make a grip on the pants. But that's fine, because that will open up other things they can go for. I'm going to explore that on a different time, but obviously from there I really want control of this arm with the leg. So once I get to my position, I switch. If you're into Kimuras, you can make a Kimura grip. I make a connection with my chest to this elbow, and now I want to free up this hand but still control it with one arm, so I just grab that collar. Okay. Now from here, with that free hand, I'll take the time. It's wrapped up in the belt, I pull it out, I bring it over the wrist, that's the detail. It has to come over the wrist, and then I grip it with a palm down grip. Okay? Leaning to my left, right hand grabs the pants, I don't want to snag the half guard, so I pull his knees down, and then I physically swing my leg over, looking to get the back, I want the back of my knee over the wrist. Now for me, I'm a little bit unstable. We're going to explore things that if I get reversed, try to get it back from here. Predominantly, we want to finish it from the top. From here, I let go, and if my palm is down, that's an easy grip to make. You need to make sure you grab your thigh. If it's still under here, you're going to end up wrist locking yourself, and it's going to hurt yourself. So this comes over, and now I start putting weight on Carl. So this hand comes up, this foot comes up, I crush him with my butt. I'm extending my right leg down. I can feel that the back of my knee is over his wrist. And even though he's made grips from there, I have, again, one more time. We'll go over the braking mechanics on the next vid, so don't worry about finishing it. There's a lot of detail on just getting there. So, knee on belly. If he's not pushing with his hand on my knee, I'll start to be mean. So and then I win that underhook, and I let him push that knee off. Now I need to get my head to the other side, my leg to the other side, keep him on the side, so just push down. Knee comes in. Again, he's going to be grabbing. If this arm's floating about and he hasn't grabbed anything, it's just straight in. But good players will latch onto that belt, their gi, hand to hand. So from that position, once he's made that grip, we don't want to be getting into a battle. When he makes a grip, there's tension in that arm, which means I can hit this submission. So I just bring my chest over the elbow, find my lapel, and then I start to pull out his gi and bring it over the wrist. Okay? Palm down grip, take the slack out of the arm. So I'm pulling his elbow, or my elbow, to my hip. Find the knees, lean to my left, and I'm an old man and I can still get my leg over. Okay. Once I get to there, it's about finding the back of Carl's wrist to the back of my knee. Then I bring my hand over, my thigh, hand comes on the mat, and I put all my weight on Carl. This foot comes up as well, so I'm sitting on him. And then from there, we're just lifting our elbow and extending our leg. Let's play with that.